Hello everybody, this is your boy the Almighty Green Talents coming at you with a video of today's events. You guys are quite familiar with AJ Brown. Well, AJ Brown made his promise. He said he would call into WIP 94, Philadelphia, and he called and he had a lot to say. And a lot of things that he said, I agree. And I got some of the information here on the phone right here, so I'm gonna try to go ahead and speak out what he said, and I'm also going to speak about the salary cap for the 2024 season and what the Eaton could do with the cap. So then go ahead and get right into this video. Okay, like I stated a few seconds ago, AJ Brown called into WIP 94. He broke his mind. He said what he had to say, and then got off the radio, and he left a lot of people in buzz. What I mean buzz, I mean their mouth was wide open, eyes was buck, and he left a lot of them kind of disboculated, if you know what I mean. I'm smiling because I'm actually glad that he actually called in and said what he had to say. And this is something that he actually said and question that was asked. So then go indeed right into it. Like I said, it says here, according to Philly Dogs, AJ Brown was on Sports Radio WIP 94, and WP asked him your happiness being in Philadelphia. And he said, why would someone even think I wasn't happy? The next question was, well, I mean, you didn't talk to the media for a little bit there. And then he said, you wonder why. You see what the media is doing right now. This past whole month, you wonder why. No matter what I say, you guys are going to make a story anyway, which is absolutely true. Because all media members do that across the country, across the world. They always try to twist what people say. And then he said that he would, and according to Philly Dogs, he also said all you see is a little flare ups, the little flare ups and stuff like that. And I can honestly say you see the flare ups because nobody in that building works harder than me. Nobody in that building prepares more than me. I can stand on that and say that. That's why you see the passion. Nobody puts in that time like me. I know that for a fact. Okay. And he said, yeah, the locker room was fine. Players wasn't executing. That's what it came down to. I think the media I think the media kind of ran with the coaches. It was the players not executing. AJ Brown in the Eagles locker room. I remember that. And then he said here, AJ Brown on the end of the season. That's the question that he was asked. People asking what happened. We were never really playing like the best team in the league. We had the best record in the league, but we were stretching it out. Later on, it just was a domino effect, and we couldn't stop the bleeding. And then he went on to say, "I'm the person you need on this team because I'm willing to hold people accountable, make people around me better. But nobody sees that. All you see is little flare-ups. Nobody in that building works harder than me. I can stand on that and say that." AJ Brown was also asked about how he felt about being on the Eagles roster, and this is what he said in the following: "I want to be here. It's as simple as that. I love where I'm at. It's simple as that. Next question." And then now at the bottom here, some guy named E.J. Smith, the dude, he says, "I think it's important to know that he was asked about how he felt being on the roster because I'm still not entirely sure why there's so much speculation about him getting traded or wanting to be traded." Okay, and then he wanted to say, AJ Brown, I'm never gonna stop being myself. I'm never gonna shy away or be afraid to speak out. And that's how I'm going to be until I'm 6 feet under. I had the balls to call into this show, WIP, and explain myself. If I don't talk to the media, it's just that I don't want to. And then he went on to say, I just want to let Philly know I love them, and everyone who's making up rumors, you need to find a job. I agree with that. And then he went on to say, AJ on the media. And he asked about the media. He says, I'm not trying to change the media. I know it's being like this, and it'll be like this when I leave. I just think I'm so misunderstood. Everyone wants to paint me like a diva. I yell on the sidelines and y'all assume it's about targets. What if I'm holding people accountable? Y'all just assume it's anger. Okay. Hold on. Assume it's anger. Let me go back to that real quick. I kind of got off the mark a little bit. Let me see. Let's see. Adrian Brown. Okay. Anger. Okay, there it is. Okay, all right. And then he says, AJ Brown said on his Eagles future, I understand it's a business, but I can tell y'all I want to be here. I want to be here. I love where I'm at. Okay. All right, fit for another job. Okay. Now, since that's now officially done, I'm just actually glad he came to he came to the rescue of his personality, the way he is, and the way the people are painting, and the way the media are painting him as a diva. And we all know this man's not a diva. I mean, the man just wants the ball. He wants to make plays. That's him. And if people don't understand that, then like he just said, you find yourself another job, because he is who he is, and they probably been him since he came into the league with the 10 titles on the first round as a first round pick many years ago before coming to Philadelphia. So when he came here, he already knew what to expect, and that was no surprise. But then when things started going AWOL with the Philadelphia Eagles this past season, and y'all saw him on the sideline talking and ranting, like he just said, it wasn't about the players or the coaches. It was about the players being played on the field. In other words, when he say he holding people accountable, that means he talk about the players here are being held accountable. So when you saw him when you saw him walking off the field, shaking his head or throwing his hands around like wondering what is going on, it ain't got nothing to do with the coaches. It's the players on the field not performing at their ability to make plays on the field defensively and offensively. That's what he's talking about. And to anybody who got that confused or combobulated, that's you. That's why he say you find yourself another job. And I agree with everything he just said to WIP 94 Radio. Now, since he cleared that up, now let's go ahead and get with the Eagles salary cap. I'm quite sure you guys have already heard. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about something. I got it right here. Iron Report spoke about the NFL and the 2024 salary cap. He said it will be going up to 255.4 million per club, and if you add it up times 32, that's a lot. That's way over $1 billion. And it says it per club with an additional 74 million per club payment for player benefits, which includes performance-based pay and benefits for retired players, which is good because a lot of players that are retired will be getting a little more bump in their salary, which is great. And they said total 2024 player costs will be 329.4 million per club, or more than 10.5 billion league wide. I think the 25.4 million times 32 teams adds to that total of 10.5 billion. Okay. Then it said the unprecedented 30 million increase per club in this year's salary cap is the result of the full repayment to all amount advances by the club and deferred by during the COVID pandemic, as well as an extraordinary increase in media revenue for 2024 season. That's not bad. So I mean that so the COVID virus was apparent 3 years ago. So that means that the NFL is recouping some money based on all of these accusations of the per club million clubs. So they added a precedent to 30 million for the pandemic season. That's gonna be a big help for all the 32 teams in the NFL. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. And it says now, speaking on the Eagles, which is massive, the Eagles should have around 33 million before any restructuring, trades, or extension or cuts, etc. Which means that if they decide to cut players, trade, or extension, they should have at least between 50 to 60 million, depending on what they do with extensions, trades, or cuts. And it says here, okay, that's the same thing right there. Okay, all right, and and then inside the birds here, it said the Eagles. I know he'll cost money, and Dolphins want him back. The tough thing for him is to figure out what his price is. I can absolutely see the Eagles being in on him. If you guys remember, the Miami Dolphins got a linebacker. I forget the boy name. I think it's Geo. Let me see, Geo. No, that's not his name. This linebacker for the Miami Dolphins, number 43. I can't think of that boy name for the money in the world, but he's a free agent. As soon as March 11 hit, the guy could be a free agent, and the Eagles could make a play for him. The Eagles need 2 linebackers, and we got to figure out if they're gonna bring back some linebackers as well. So we see how that goes. And AJ also says here, you have to ask yourself a legitimate question about AJ Brown. And then that's not what he said. This was said in the morning show, the WIP morning show. Read it again. I had to ask yourself. You had to ask yourself a legitimate question about AJ Brown. That's absolutely equivalently had to get solved. Peter King on AJ Brown 2024 season. Man, I can honestly say that I agree with everything AJ Brown said. Because this is a guy that's one of the leaders of our team. He had again over 1,300 yards receiving, over 100 and some catches this past season. And the year before, he had like 80 or 90 catches for 1,400 yards. This past year, he got 1,400 yards again. So if you add it all together, AJ Brown got almost close to 3,000 yards receiving in back-to-back season for the first time. The Eagles have not had a back-to-back 1,000-yard receiver since Irvin Fryer. He's the only receiver that I can recall the Eagles have never had back receiving yards. Terrell Owens had 1,000 yards once, and the following year he had like 800 yards receiving that year. He never broke 3,000 yards with the Eagles. AJ Brown, only one that has done that. And when you have 100 plus receptions, 1,400 yards season, this past season and the season before that, over 90 catches, 1,400 yards. He broke Mike Quick's receiving record the year before. So he is not a lot for the Eagle franchise, and for the people to actually bash him because he chose not to talk to the media, they are extremely wrong for that. And like he said, go find yourself another job. Just that simple. Because the media is the media, and you can't change the media because the media is gonna do what they want to do, say what they want to say, and twist what people say in the media, and then when a player say something that don't mean much, that don't mean that much to be spoken of, the media try or add their own twist into it and make it where what they say is what the player said, and the player actually didn't say that. So that's one reason why you wonder why a lot of players and teams don't like to talk to the media. You wonder why, because they're not good. They add what they want to add. They say what they want to say, and then when players and teams get mad, it's because it's on them. So that's why it pays to record everything you say, and then because of the question they ask you, and if you ask the question exactly how you said it, and they twist it, you got your evidence right there in front of them, and you can vouch for your own way. You can vouch for your own way and protect yourself that way. I think to me that's what a lot of NFL and all sports players need to do. When they feel the media's in their face, get yourself a recorder or use your phone for that matter, and record yourself and the media talking to you. And then once they twist it, then you got your proof right there. Because what they add in the papers or what they say out loud is nothing exactly what you said when they came to your face with when they came to you with the mic in your face. So that's how I feel about that. I'm hoping that a lot of the NFL players, basketball players, hockey players, so on and so on, get smart with what they say, how they say it, and when they say it, and certain words to use to not make it to a point where it can ridicule themselves and the team, because that can hurt you in the long run. So AJ came to the WIP 94 radio in Philadelphia, broke his mind, say what he had to say. He shut him up. And I was wondering when he was going to. They said he was going to do it today, and he actually did it this afternoon. So I had a chance to hear what he had to say, and I agree with everything he said up to the point. But I'm gonna say this: there's still going to be the media still going to find a way to ridicule everything he said. It is what it is, and he know that. We as a fan base know that. That's why a lot of us do not choose to talk to the media. That's why if I was an NFL player, I wouldn't talk to him. I don't want him saying anything to me. Only ask me a question, because if I ask questions, you ask me a question and I say it the way that I thought the way that I knew I said it, you're gonna twist it and make it to what you thought you heard what I said, and that's sad. And the media had gotten sad over the last 20. Yeah, what last? No, sorry, not last 20. Last 10 years, 2010, and when the media started getting a little bit worse. I'm talking about these reporters jotting down stuff, or recording with a mic in your face, or some type of small player radio, or some type of small recorder in your face, recording everything you said. They do that all the time now. They got the little smart. They either use their phones or they use a little small recorder, little voice recorder when they ask the questions, or they put a mic in your face, and they do all of this to ask you a question that's either comfortable to you or uncomfortable to you. So you have to be very careful of the questions. Be careful of the answers that you put out there, because if you don't, the media will twist everything you said. It is what it is. That's why I said over the last 15 years, since 2010, the media has gotten bad. It's gotten really bad. Because back then, back in the early 2000s and beyond, the media wasn't like this. Because social media made all of this possible, as far as how bad the media is. Because now you call social media is not just these reporters. Social media is Facebook, Instagram, all these NFL apps they got out here. These sports commentators, ESPN, Fox News Network, the NFL Network, all these sports outlets, football, basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, some of the top sports in the NFL. I mean, some of the top sports in the country and the world alone. There's always the media. The media scrutinize the players and what they say and what they do on the field. They do it. They've been doing it for the last 15 years. It gotten bad since then. It makes you wonder why most players hate the media and why they avoid the media. And I understand everything that was said against these players and everything they was said about them. I'm basically against it either way, because if you talk something right, it'll get twisted. You talk something wrong, it make it look worse than what you actually said and done. So there's no escaping it. You can't win, you can't lose, and you can't win, lose, or tie when it comes to the media. It is what it is, folks. We just gotta deal with it and wish for the best. Hope these players choose their answers correctly when the media brings the mic, the voice recorder, or their phones in their faces. It is what it is. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you like what I just said. Comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about the salary cap, about AJ Brown spitting his guts out there, letting social media all over Philadelphia, all over the country, the worldwide, about how he feels, what he had to say, to get everything off his chest. Trust me, everything he said, he got it off his chest. Yet that a lot of things were said bad about him, so he had to twist it back on them, and that's exactly what he did. Because when he got off the radio, they all was